Hey y'all, welcome back to the next installment of Woman Once Removed, my life story. Well, today I thought about talking about my childhood a little bit more. I remember my first day in school in the first grade. My daddy took me to school and I was excited because I was born and raised on a farm out in the country and wasn't around a lot of kids on a daily basis. And I had just been so looking forward to this. And I saw kids, boys that were crying because they didn't want their parents to leave them there. And I was saying, Daddy, go on, go on, go on. I'm okay. Because I wanted to get in there and talk to those kids and play with those kids. So, because I like to talk a lot, I think I got a paddling every day for the first 6 months of the first grade because I just could not refrain from talking. And even whispering, that teacher would take me out in the hall and paddle my behind and send a note home to my mama, who gave me another whipping. Anytime a teacher ever sent a note home that they had to punish me, she punished me again. Because she said, you're representing me, and you're going to have to act like you were taught to act. I didn't know really that talking was that bad. But the teacher didn't like that. And the fact was, she was my Sunday school teacher at church. And I liked her, I thought, because I know her, she's going to be good to me. She beat me bad. Well, back then, even though I gravitated towards the girls, a lot of the boys liked me, and I had boys that were friends. Until about the third grade, when they started realizing that I was different. During recess, I didn't migrate to them to play sports and ball and all that kind of stuff that they were doing. I was gravitating towards the girls. And about the fourth grade, the ones that had been my friends sort of moved away from that. A few people, the bullies, would call me Sissy then, but that's as bad as it got then. Until, later on, that progressed into faggot, and homo was a big thing they used to call people back then. You're a homo. Just because I was feminine. So, for that reason, I have pride in the human being that I am. Not pride in being a trans human being, but simply being a human being that was able to take care of my life and put it together when it was really messed up. So when people talk about trans pride and trans visibility, no, that's not for me. I'm not ashamed of being trans, but it's not something I'm going to advertise. And even though this is where I graduated from high school, I left here when I was 17 years old when I graduated and moved back to North Carolina where my father's people were. And that's where I lived. And that's where I transitioned and had surgery in Charlotte, North Carolina. But when I came back here, it was 20 years after I'd had surgery. People, of course, knew that I was trans, that I was a sex change. But nobody has ever asked me about it. Nobody has ever questioned me about anything. They maybe have talked among themselves, but not to me. They've always treated me nicely to my face because I was voted into the board of directors of the Chamber of Commerce here. And I was awarded Business Person of the Year in 1994 to someone who was a post-op transsexual. that speaks to me of acceptance in this small Mississippi town. So, I have pride in myself, but I don't have pride in being a trans person. So if you have pride in being trans, that's good. But to me, that means that's all you have. That means you don't have a life beyond being trans. And I think you should focus on that life, because no matter what kind of support you think you have from other trans people, you really don't. You've only got yourself. And you may have a good support system right now, but like myself, when my parents, my grandparents, and all my aunts and uncles passed away, the biggest part of my support system was gone. I had to realize that I had to like myself, and I do. I really do. So, y'all, get out there and live your lives, and don't focus on being trans. Just be who you think you were supposed to be, and be happy doing it. That's all I got to say today. Love y'all. Y'all thought I was going to say, some of you at least, and you know who you are. But I'm not going to say that today, because it's Easter weekend. Bye-bye.